Have you ever wondered how come some dumb nerd with a silly little mustache has never made an Excel spreadsheet about calculating how when your favorite hero is going to eat a mythic skin? Because, I've been wondering this too, and that's why someone had to step up and do it, and that's why I'm here today. I'm here to bring you how likely each of the heroes is to get a mythic skin, and I have proof because I made a prediction about a week before the Spotlight event, and I listed the top 5 most likely heroes to get a mythic skin, and it was Juno, Diva, Brig, Lucio, Zen. Those were the top 5. Guess which one's got a freaking mythic skin? Juno, Diva, Zen. So, I mean, I know what I'm talking about. I was very correct. And if that alone isn't enough evidence for you to trust me, I also made a video about a week ago where I predicted just about everything that was going to be in the Spotlight event and everything that was going to happen. And I'm just kind of a genius, so you could trust me. Gronk, pull up the clip. But my prediction for Season 15 is pretty optimistic. Overwatch is clearly losing the battle against rivals, and they have to do something different, and they know this, but something like Junkenstein's Laboratory would be pretty groundbreaking. Hero bans, pickable passives, and a map voting system. Now, my most confident prediction for Season 15 is that they will actually do at least one consumer-friendly thing. And let me drop another prediction for Season 15 of Overwatch, and that's that we're going to see the highest recent Steam reviews in Overwatch's history, maybe even as high as 40%. How is this stupid guy right about everything? I actually don't know. I might be possessed by the ghost of Jeff Kaplan or something like that. I just feel like, I don't know. It's like, it's just in me. It's within me. Or I actually made an Excel spreadsheet to calculate everything. And maybe that's how I know everything, because I'm a freaking genius. I'm a dropout statistics major. I know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to tell you how likely it is they'll get a mythic skin. I'll give you a percentage for the next year, the next mythic skin, the next 2 years, whatever, and how likely it is. And it's really cool. So before we go through all of the percentages, I'm going to have my little friend over here explain how we got these numbers. So take it away, nerd. All right. I'm not actually a nerd. I just have glasses. I'm really cool, but whatever. Let's go through this. Let's take a look at how I got this information, and we're going to look at the raw data here. Okay. So I took a bunch of different things. Okay. Some of this is just very slightly outdated because I'll be honest, as much of a degenerate gooner I am, I did not re-input this information. This is like recycled information from like past little meme videos I made. Which this all started with me looking at how odd it was that there's like a ton of barefoot and like toes out skins and furry skins, and I made like this whole little spreadsheet about it, and there's graphs, there's all sorts of things. It was a really cool video. I didn't really know how to make videos at the time, and it wasn't very good, but still it was cool to make, and I had fun, and everyone loved it. So, that's all good and cool. But the important thing is I had the Rule 34 entries here, so I just copied them over, but it's a few months outdated, but whatever. So I took those Rule 34 entries. I'm not going to add them up again. And then I realized, hey, what about a character like Juno, who was just released 145 days ago? How does that factor in? Like, obviously she's going to have way less Rule 34 entries than someone like Mercy or Diva or even Kiriko. Basically, I got the Rule 34 entries. I have the days since release. I have the pick rate. And then I have kind of like a weighted Rule 34 thing, which I'll get to in a second. I'll pull up my freaking Photoshop and draw around with it real quick. But basically, here's how we got the calculations. We get how many Rule 34 entries there are, okay? So there's a bunch, right? But you got to divide it by time, okay? How many days they've been out, how many days since release, and then that gets you Rule 34 per day, right? And now what we do, we take that number and then we divide it by whatever the total of all of the heroes, and then that gives us a percentage because we want it as a percentage. So like X, however many. I mean, I haven't done math in a long time, so I don't really. This is probably rough trying to explain this, but basically I converted it into a percentage. Okay. So basically every given day, here, let's pull it up. Every given day, 19% of the current Rule 34 entries are for Juno and 0.03% of them are for Wrecking Ball. Okay. So that's that number we got. Okay. And now the other one is a lot more simple. It's just pick rate. It's just pick rate. I took an account for all their pick rates. So basically the theory is that, they want heroes that are hot and people think are conventionally attractive, and they want heroes that people play. why wouldn't they give mythic skins to these heroes, right? So as you can see, all these X marks, it's very top heavy on my list. And it's actually, I calculated it before, it's like 2.5 times. So people with a mythic skin have a 2.5 times higher number here. Okay. So just note that. Just note that. We're good. Don't worry. Don't get bored. Don't get bored. Well, you could skip. You could skip, but I'm just gonna like briefly go through this. Don't worry. Here, I'll do a little dance. Right? A little entertaining. Okay. Oh, he's doing stuff. Okay. Cool stuff. You're entertained. Back to it. Basically, I kind of had this kind of arbitrary little variable, okay, for each hero based on the weighted rule 34 plus their pick rate. And now what do I do with that information? Well, now I convert it into a percentage, okay? So I actually converted it into 3 different percentages, right? So the simple one is basically, I made a new list with all of the heroes that don't have mythics yet. I took this number divided by the total of all of these people. So basically, you know, the percentage of blah, 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 whatever. Okay. But then here's another little thing that only a statistics major would know. If you want to calculate it past just once, you know, it's not just, if you do it like 10 times, you don't just multiply it by 10. What you actually do is you take 1 minus parentheses, 1 minus the percentage cubed. Okay. Pretty cool, right? Oh, so sorry, that's for 3. That's for 3. So if you wanted 9 of them, it would be to the 9th. Moral of the story is I calculated how likely it is they're going to get the next mythic, how likely it is they'll get one in 2025, because there are 3 mythic skins that have not been announced for 2025, and then through 2026, which is where the 9 came from, because there's 6 mythic skins every year, and then there's going to be 3 more this year. So if your hero is going to get a mythic skin by the end of 2026, that's 9 more mythic skins later, besides the 3 that are already announced. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get that non-nerd guy. Let's get that cool guy who doesn't have an Excel spreadsheet in front of him to freaking explain this stuff to you. All right, so here we are in our beautiful PowerPoint presentation. It might be the ugliest presentation you've ever seen, but that doesn't matter because it gets the information across, okay? So these are the bottom 5 heroes that are least likely to get a mythic skin. Coming in dead last place is Wrecking Ball, surprisingly not Venture. So Wrecking Ball, you know, I got 3 different sections here. So next mythic is going to be literally whatever after Diva. This year there's 3 more skins coming this year after the 3 already announced. There's 6 seasons per year, 6 mythic skins per year. And then through 2026, which means there's these next 3 skins or the next 6 skins after that. So that's where all these percentages come in. I think the most interesting and most streamlined one is going to be the odds that they get a mythic skin this year. So Wrecking Ball coming in at 4.8%, Mauga 5, Venture 5, Torb 5, Ramatra 5.5. You know, it's just, if you main these people, I'm really sorry. You should have mained Kiriko. You should have mained Mercy. You should have mained even Juno. If you saw Juno come out, you should be like, oh my god, yeah, she's gonna get a mythic skin really fast before every other new hero because she's cute or something, and she's like a little space girl. Like, of course, duh. So if you main any of these heroes, you're just kind of dumb for that. So let me freaking click. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. So yeah, next up, the next 5 are going to be Echo, Bastion, Sojourn, Winston, and Lifeweaver, all coming in just between 5 and 9%. You know, it's still not very likely that any of these heroes are going to get it. You know, you would think Winston, but you know, if you know how the calculation works, it's they have to be played and they have to be hot. Winston is both of those. He's played a lot and he's really hot, but not enough Rule 34 stuff is made for him, which is kind of surprising because, oh my god. Anyways, let's continue. You know, Lifeweaver's actually, he's attractive. I don't know why they're making a skin for him, but maybe no one plays him. So we got Baptiste coming in 14th place, Alari, Symmetra, Doom, Roadhog. Okay, all of these, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11%, you know, we're still not super likely. It's roughly like around 10%. And, you know, 10%, that's not good. If you had a teammate and you look at his profile and he's got a 10% win rate, you'd be like, this probably isn't going to be good. Okay, so this is going to be good for any of you Roadhog, Doomfist mains, Symmetra. I don't know. I don't really see it happening for them, but that's all right because there's better characters like Brig, Soldier, Lucio, Zarya, Junkrat. Like these ones, like you could actually visualize it, except for Zarya. You could actually visualize 4 of these characters getting a mythic skin, right? Like I think Lucio, as a Lucio main myself, I think Lucio will get it and should get it because there are a lot of Lucio mains. It's not that he's just played a lot. There are a lot of people who like their identity is them. Like look at all this frog stuff I've got. It's not just because of Lucio. I do like frogs. Here's a frog. That's cute. My mom got me this for Christmas. He's flipping you off, I think, or he's flipping me off. But the point is, there's a lot of Lucio mains and people like frogs. So I do think he's pretty likely, but you know, they just announced 2 supports getting mythic skins. So that's where the next 4 come in probably, because I think they might all be DPS heroes. Pharah, Mei, Sombra, and Cassidy are going to be the most likely heroes, all around or above 20%. Pharah coming in at like 30%, which is very impressive. And the odds that she gets the next one is 11%, and the odds she gets one through 2026 is 65%. So these are really good odds. So, you know, this is the part of the episode where I say, is this calculation perfect? Yeah. But could it be more perfect? Sure. And tell me how, because I will do it. You see, I already got all this information here. I just got to tweak some numbers, whatever you guys think. And if you guys want to know any other weird things about these games and stuff, then just let me know. Do you think anyone outside of the top 10 are actually going to get a mythic skin next season? Like, let me know, because I don't think so. And I'll bet my life on it. Wow. What a freaking video. I was just wondering if, like, I don't know. I kind of need people for like little videos, and if you were interested in being in the video, I'm trying to make an Overwatch reality TV show, which sounds like a weird idea, but it's going to be really cool. So, you know, maybe join this Discord server, or even if you don't want to, if you don't want to participate, you can still join. You can hang out and we can play video games or talk, or you could be in a different video that's not an Overwatch reality TV show. It'll be great. It'll be so cool. See you there.